Seeds of Wisdom RV and Economics Updates Wednesday afternoon, the 5th of November 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Good afternoon. Dinar recaps, currency, the dollar's balancing act, de-dollarization, volatility, and a coming recalibration. Dinar investment advice. The dollar's dominance endures, but its foundations are quietly being rewritten. The US dollar remains the backbone of global finance, yet the signs of a slow, managed rebalancing are undeniable. From BRICS trade settlements to regional currency pacts, a new multi-currency reality is emerging, where the dollar still leads, but no longer dictates. While Wall Street sees resilience, policymakers see fragility. The world's reserve system is too dollar-heavy to fail, and too unstable to continue unchanged. Key developments. De-dollarization momentum continues as nations settle energy and trade in local or third-party currencies. Foreign exchange markets are showing record volatility and volume, particularly among non-bank participants. Central banks are experimenting with digital currencies and bilateral settlement systems that reduce dollar dependency. The U.S. Treasury faces growing difficulty balancing domestic debt expansion with global reserve expectations. Why it matters? The dollar is not being replaced, it is being repositioned within a multipolar currency network. What began as tactical diversification is now a strategic redesign of the global monetary order, Global Currency reports. Expect regional clearing systems to multiply, fragmenting liquidity and reshaping capital flows. The rise of digital settlement technologies could accelerate direct trade bypassing traditional reserve channels. For markets, volatility in the FX complex will remain a signal, not of collapse, but of re-architecture. The dollar's era of absolute dominance is fading, replaced by a balancing act between sovereignty, technology, and trust. BRICS, challenging SWIFT, the bloc's push for financial sovereignty. BRICS nations move to bypass Western payment infrastructure, fueling the global de-dollarization movement. The BRICS bloc, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, along with newer members, is building its own cross-border payment system, directly challenging SWIFT and reducing dependence on the US dollar. The initiative is accelerating the de-dollarization trend as emerging economies seek financial autonomy and protection from Western sanctions. Building financial independence. The BRICS payment system traces its roots to strategic initiatives launched at the 2014 Fortaleza Summit, including the New Development Bank, NDB, and the Contingent Reserve Arrangement. Over the years, efforts intensified, culminating in the 2024 Kazan Summit, where leaders committed to strengthening correspondent banking networks within BRICS, enabling settlements in local currencies under the BRICS Cross-Border Payments Initiative. Russia's SPF system for transmitting financial messages, now has 159 foreign participants in 20 countries, with settlements in local currencies rising from 26% to 85% in just 2 years. China and India maintain their own platforms, SIPs and UPI, which are being integrated into the larger BRICS network. The de-dollarization push. Russian President Vladimir Putin stated that BRICS countries are pursuing this system because the US has weaponized the dollar, limiting its use for political reasons. As Adam Button of ForexLive.com explains, a big portion of the world is always under threat of US or European sanctions, and it's in their interest to create an alternative system. BRICS cross-border payments allow trade in local currencies, bypassing the dollar. Reduces exposure to U.S. monetary policy and sanctions. Promotes financial sovereignty for emerging economies. Challenges ahead. Technical integration remains complex. Multiple competing platforms, China's SIPs, India's UPI, Russia's SPFs, require coordination, reliability, and political will. Success depends on sustained cooperation among BRICS members. Blockchain-based ledger transparency and efficiency. Adoption by broader emerging markets for meaningful impact. If fully operational, this system could reshape the global financial architecture, weakening Washington's ability to impose sanctions and limiting the dollar's global influence. Why it matters. The BRICS payment system is more than an alternative to SWIFT. It's a strategic tool of economic diplomacy. Moves the de-dollarization discussion from theory to operational reality. Provides emerging economies protection from currency volatility and external policy shocks. Signals a shift toward multipolar financial governance, where no single currency dominates. This development is a direct signal of the global financial reset, highlighting the increasing role of non-Western institutions in shaping future trade and finance. This is not just politics, it's global finance restructuring before our eyes. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: dinarrecaps.com